Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I do that every time. I do the 3 good mornings before I say good morning. Tina C. Hines, your life transformation specialist, guiding emotionally wounded women who are on this journey from hurting to healing to happiness. So, I woke up with a morning message for you, and I know usually I do intimate conversations on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern. But since I've been away to Bali, I've taken a little sabbatical from intimate conversations. But a word came this morning. That I wanted to share with you. So I'm going to take a moment to share this Facebook Live on my different pages. I hope that you will invite another phenomenal sister friend to join this discussion. Start winning and stop whining. Start winning and stop whining. That is the topic of this morning's discussion. I'm going to be on here kind of brief. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, and make sure you set those notifications so you know when I go live, because I always do it when the energy speaks to me. So just give me one second, 1 minute, give me about 30 seconds to share this inside of some of my groups. I had to do this. Let's see. Hi, Pamela Stone. Good morning. I had to do this from my phone because the Wi-Fi where I am is not playing nice. And so I said, there's always one way, more than one way to skin a cat. Is that what our parents used to say, or our grandmothers used to say? There's more than one way to skin a cat. So we're going to do this more than one way. I just washed my hair, so the water is dripping from my hair as I allow it to air dry. So all little things that we go through, that we deal with. So just give me 1 second. The topic is start winning and stop whining. Please, as you come on, tell me good morning. Let me hear from you. Let me know who is here joining me for this morning's discussion before we get in. Good morning, Keith. Good morning. How are you? Just sharing this for a few minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. There we go. Just needed to get this inside of few of my groups, and then I'm going to get started. Y'all might want to grab the Kleenex. Some of the, I don't know, Keith, you may be like, I ain't gonna cry. But the ladies, you might want to grab the Kleenex. So just give me 1 more second. I need to share this in one more space, and then I will. What was the group? One more, and I'll be done. Facebook should make your life easier, and how to do this just a little bit easier. Okay, now I am done. So today's topic is start winning and stop whining. And this topic was derived from, how Facebook memories always lets you see what's going on, what's transpired in your memories in the past. I don't know how far back it goes. I think it goes back, sometimes about 6 years it may go back. And when you're looking at those memories, sometimes it's like not so positive, and then there are other occasions where it's like, wow, look what I've come through and come out of, or wow, that was an amazing time in my life, or wow, this is when a loved one transitioned, or wow, this is when a baby was born, or wow, this is when so-and-so graduated. And you have all of these experiences that start replaying themselves. So when I was going through my timeline of my memories, one of the things that I kept seeing was moments of my previous retreats that I host. And right now it's when the ones for Anguilla come up, because I used to do the trip to the retreat to Anguilla right after Mother's Day. And so as I'm reflecting on all of the phenomenal women who decided to say yes to themselves and attend the retreat, and then I'm having moments of reflection of looking at where they are now, I am in awe, and I'm having a moment of wow. So it's sort of twofold. The first thing is, okay, Tina, you did that shit. When self-doubt would always creep in, and then it was like, okay, Tina, wow, these women are really starting to reclaim their power, are really determined to start truly living the life that they desire on their own terms, unapologetically. And one of the sisters, she actually sent me a message this morning, and she said, I need this in my life again. This has been a transformation. This is the beginning of a transformation for me. And so I'm in awe as I'm listening to these messages, and I'm looking at these images, and as I sit there and I also reflect on those individuals who came up with all the excuses, that's what I'm going to call them, hi Karima, all the excuses of why they were unable to do X, Y, and Z. And this is beyond attending a retreat, because we know the retreat requires you to have the time off, the care for the family members, the financial resources in order to have that experience. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper of what you can start doing at home. And you're still telling yourself no, yet and still you want to attract different things in your life, but you aren't taking the initiative to do anything different right now. It doesn't have to wait until you go to Bali, to Anguilla, to Jamaica, to Turks and Caicos. It can start right in your house, and yet and still you continue to make excuses of why you can't. You continue to whine. Everybody write the word whine, W-H-I-N-E, not W-I-N-E. But you may be sipping the wine, but you continue to whine about this is not going right in my life, or I'm not attracting what I desire, or I can't, and I won't, and I should, and I coulda, and I woulda, but you're not. And so you're beating yourself up when you shouldn't. What you should do is shift how you're observing what's going on in your life. After you've gone through that period of grieving, because sometimes we have to grieve some shit in our lives. But at what point will you say, okay, but now how do I start turning this around? What do I need to do differently instead of continuing to try to do the same things repeatedly over and over again and achieving little to no results? Or I achieve results and I end up right back in the same exact place I was before. What am I going to do different? First of all, I'm going to stop whining. We whine and we tell ourselves, I'm not capable of doing that. Or better yet, I don't know how. Oh, no, the even better one, this is the one I always get. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. It starts with, no, I'm not even going to tell you where it starts. When you don't know where to start, you have to look at your life. And many times, Karima, you can agree to this, all I do is say, I'm just going to need you to tell me one thing, and I can tell you where to start. For me, it's not brain surgery. It's not it's not as complicated as you may make it out to be. All you have to do is take the initiative. That first initiative, you want to tell me, you want to ask me where to start? I'm like, call me. All you got to do is call me. Let me rephrase that call me thing, because everybody wants my phone number. All you have to do is schedule time to talk to me. I can tell you within that time frame exactly where to start with no trepidation. I can be sitting there, I can listen to you, and I can go, okay, so here's what you need to do. But the problem with what I tell you, Karima, and I'm not picking on Karima, but Karima's been around me a long time. You don't believe what I tell you. You're like, no, it has to be harder than that, Tina. I know it's harder than that. It's not that hard. It really, I'm so honest with you. It is not as hard as you think it is, as you've made up in your mind that it is, as the story you've created in your head, because you done already said what it is. You done created version 1, version 2, version 3. You done projected what the outcome is, but you haven't even started. You got it in your head. You created different scenarios. If this if I do this, this is what's going to happen. If I say this, this is what's going to happen. And if I go here, this is what's going to happen. And at the end, my result, I'm going to be unhappy. I'm going to be agitated. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be stressed. I'm going to be discouraged. And then I'm going to be like, oh, fuck it. I'm not going to move. It's actually freeing knowing that it isn't as hard. Yep. So you done created all the stories and you done seen the outcome. You didn't like that first version. You didn't like that second version. The third version, But because you're uncertain, because there's no magic crystal ball to tell you exactly what's going to happen, you don't do anything. You remain stuck. And I'm like, it's not that complicated. The most complicated part is getting out of your own way. That's the most complicated part. Getting out of your own way. Stop trying to control the outcome and allow the universe to flow based on your actions. But if you sit back and be like, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna sit here and complain about it. And I know everybody's tired of hearing me complain. You're not going to get what you want. That winning season that you feel is right within grasp, like it's right here. I can feel it. I can taste it. But I'm not going to do it. But I'm just going to give up. I've been there, y'all. If y'all have heard some of the bombs I've dropped and I'm giving up and I'm quitting, and if it wasn't for the right people who had my back and not were hanging on my back, Tina C. Hines would be gone. No lie. Excuse me. Tina C. Hines, life transformation specialist, would be gone. But the challenge is sometimes we don't have those right people who have our back because we're still holding on to people that are holding on to our backs. And you wonder why your winning season isn't always happening. They're there deflecting your winning season. Oh no, she don't want that. Get that out of here. Oh, she don't need that. Get that out of here. You want to know how they coming? Oh, you've changed. So you revert back to who you were. Oh, you too good for me. So they're going to push that back out of here. They coming. And you falling prey to it. And you end up back in the whining section versus the winning section. Doubt is hanging in tight, whispering in your ear, telling you everything you're incapable of because you haven't done it before. Doubt is reminding you how many times you've given up and didn't see it through. Doubt is reminding you of how many times that you failed. And then you continue to whine. But what about that winning season? What about those moments of your winning? I know some of you recall me talking about that happy box. All of us should have a happy box that we can revisit every now and then that'll remind us of some of the shit that we've come through and out of. But you don't visit the happy box because you're still busy over here whining instead of reflecting on the winning that you desire. That happy box, those reminders of that you are amazing, you are phenomenal, you were built for greatness. But you still focusing and letting doubt whisper in your ear. I know what you are capable of. What's my saying? If you could see in you what I see in you, you wouldn't give up so easily. If you could see in you what I see in you, you wouldn't give up so easy. But you can't stand in the mirror and look at yourself and see the things that you've already done because you're focusing on what you haven't done, and yet you still won't start. You still won't say yes. You still come up with the excuses. But you still want to win. They both can't swim in the same ocean. You have to be willing to set yourself up for success. And it may mean releasing some things, some thoughts, and some people. It's not about them anymore. It's about you. But you keep hoping, wishing, praying for your winning season with the same mindset. It's not going to show up like you want it to. When I reflect on the women, 7, 11, 17. It has been over the past 7 years about 25 women who've attended one of my retreats. Some people would be amazed, like, wow, 7 years, only 25 women attended? There was one year, it was only one woman who went. It started out as 5, but only one ended up going. And for 2 nanoseconds, maybe 3, I was discouraged. And I was like, fuck it. I'm not creating this space anymore. But then I remember how I felt when I was struggling with my clinical depression. I remember that I needed a safe and sacred space to just be. I remember how it felt when I walked along the beaches of Anguilla and allowing the turquoise water to brush against my feet. And the air that wasn't full of pollution. And that gentle breeze as Grandma Jenny smacked me around several times in preparation for this journey. I remember it like it was yesterday. It has a special place in my happy box. Because if it wasn't for that day, Tina C. Hines, Life Transformation Specialist, wouldn't be here. I was beat up. I was knocked down. I was tired. I was confused. But I got to that space. And I recognized that once I came out of it, that space needed to happen for more women, that I had to create it. I needed to give them that safe space to go through what I may consider a grieving process of whatever they were letting go of. So whether one came, 7, 2, 11, I had to keep doing it. There was no fuck it, give it up. I had to claim that I was going to win. I had to stop whining about it. Because whining wasn't getting me anywhere. Reflecting on the winning was. We are all placed here for a specific reason. You may not know it now. I could probably tell you, but you may not know it now. Because all of these little obstacles are in your way as you continue to whine about it. But remnants have been dangling around all up in your face. But there's too much going on around you that you can't see it. People ask me, how long have you been a clairvoyant? And I was like, about 7 to 8 years. I have moments of reflection of way back when. And I'm like, oh no, this was all up in here prior. I just couldn't see it. My vision was blurred by life. Everybody write the word life. My vision was blurred by life. Life is going to be consistently moving around you. Life is going to throw you some curveballs. Life is going to send you a ball right over the home plate that's going to hit a home run. Life is always going to be happening. And you can decide if you want to win or if you want to whine about life. And if you choose to whine about it, how long are you going to stay there? Because it's your winning season and it's time. It's time. Stop the whining. You can't be 40, 50, 60-ish and you're still whining about some past shit that you can't even change. All you can do is learn from it. But you're still whining about it, and it's having an impact on your present, which is impacting your winning. You got stuff to do. That didn't even sound. You have shit to do. Stop whining so you can start winning. And if you're stuck, all you got to do is make a phone call to get unstuck. All you have to do is take action from the phone call to get unstuck, to see the results. All you got to do is stop projecting what's going to happen and start walking in the flow and allowing what's going to happen. Stop trying to be so in control over it that you can't see everything is working in your favor. Get out of your own way. And you'll be amazed what you'll discover. So that was my morning message. Start winning and stop whining. If this message spoke to you, Share it with another phenomenal woman from around the globe. Just drop it for her and say, hey, I'm not even going to say nothing, just listen. Or Tina told me to tell you what my mama had said. If you're ready to get unstuck, I encourage you to reach out to me and let's have a conversation. It's not that complicated. Trust me. Trust me. I want to wish you all a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous Sunday.